When you own Bitcoin, you turn yourself into a money magnet. You attract money towards you, right? Bitcoin is pristine capital. You become what we call positively polarized to capital when you use Bitcoin as your treasury asset. So let's break this down. So dollars are toxic capital, right? You know they're going to lose purchasing power in the future. That's why on a fiat standard, you are encouraged to spend your dollars while you can, while they still own their purchasing power, because you know in the future that purchasing power of those dollars is going to be less. That's why you see there are certain companies, right? Companies that don't have any growth prospects, they actually trade. Their market cap, their valuation is less than the cash that they own, because that cash is just burning a hole in their pockets. They don't have a way to increase their income, increase their revenue, increase their profits. So they are valued at less than the cash they hold, because that capital is toxic. But when you use Bitcoin as capital, just pristine capital that maintains its value, then you attract capital to you. You want more capital. Capital is power. Capital is purchasing power in the future. You know that Bitcoin is going to be worth more in the future. That's why you see companies want to get rid of their capital as fast as possible. You see this in the form of stock dividends, stock buybacks. Basically, holding dollars is like a game of who can get rid of their money the fastest. You want, like, it's toxic, right? You don't want that cash burning a hole in your pocket. But when you start to understand Bitcoin, recognize the value of Bitcoin in the future, its value proposition, you want as much capital as possible. You are content just holding on to capital, right? You can just live your life and focus on what you're passionate about when you live on a Bitcoin standard. You live on a sound money standard. Bitcoin is better money. Dollars are toxic money, right? I'm going to keep repeating that point over and over, because that's how simple it is and how important it is to get that across. On a dollar standard, on a fiat money standard, you are encouraged to, you have to undercut someone else. You have to step over someone else. You have to screw someone over. You have to increase your prices. You constantly have to be evolving your capital strategy. You have to constantly be liquid. You have to be bringing money in, pushing it out, and it's this constant cycle of greed, of stepping over other people. You're incentivized on a dollar standard to do all these things to improve your own cash flow and step over your competitors, step over your enemies, step over your friends, right? You have to be constantly increasing, changing, shifting. On a Bitcoin standard, you can just relax knowing that you are holding pristine capital that is going to maintain its purchasing power from now into the future. When you have this mindset around money, that money isn't this bad thing that, you have to just be collecting more and more and more. You have this mindset that I have Bitcoin, right? I have this good sound capital. I can live my life, live on a Bitcoin standard. I know my money's good. I know if more money comes to me, that's a great thing that I welcome in. I don't have to be constantly chasing and evolving and strategizing and scheming. I rest assured knowing my money is good, right? I have sound money, so I can relax. And that naturally attracts more to me, more opportunities, more abundance. It's that abundance mindset. Like, Bitcoin is abundant money. It's, you're naturally attracting it just by adopting that mindset of sound money. When you have the fiat mindset, you're constantly looking around, looking for the next thing. How can I change this? So you're never settled in. You're never satisfied with just your capital alone. You have to chase the next thing. You have to spend it while you can, get a nice car while you can, because prices are going to go up in the future. Your savings are not going to go as far in the future. So you want that car, you want that status symbol, you want that watch, you want to flex, you want to show people how much money you have. But when you adopt Bitcoin, your perspective just completely shifts, and you are able more and more to focus on what value you can add to the world, and you welcome being paid in response for that value you add. Yeah, so that's basically a summary of why you become a money magnet when you start to adopt Bitcoin in your life. Your perspective starts to change and you start to look at the world a little bit differently because you're not trapped in a system that was never designed for you to win. You are voluntarily creating and evolving a new system that rewards your hard work, that rewards your time and energy that you spend. And the current system does not allow that. That is why we are facilitating a new system that works for everyone. It's money by rules, not by rulers. Bitcoin is money that is governed by rules, governed by code, and, governed by consensus and incentives, natural incentives. You're not incentivized to lie, cheat, and steal. You are incentivized to provide value to the world, provide value to others, be a good person, and you know you will be rewarded for that work. So yeah, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, or any suggestions for future videos. I'd love to have a conversation, and yeah, like and subscribe. That helps out the channel a ton. As always, together, let's work, save, build a better future with Bitcoin. See you in the next video.